I felt I did everything right before getting married. Followed the cookie cutter recipe, waited to kiss, and had godly counsel, and I couldn't figure out why what was happening in my marriage, what was happening to me, was happening at all. I didn't understand the legalism. I didn't understand enough of my identity for real in God to handle what was going on, to make sense of what was going on in a way that would have been healthy. But if my marriage joined under God pulled me away from serving Him or stewarding my kids effectively, then how was it serving its true purpose? There was so much legalism, so much religiosity, that even with every right intention, it was never going to produce the results I was hoping for, what it should have produced, and especially not on my back alone. With separation or divorce, the problem or potential to fall is not when it's fresh, it's when it's not. You spend so many years and months going back and forth in your head if it's the right thing to do. You spend so much time covered in shame from even thinking about this decision that it's hard to finally find stability and peace, even when you are a believer. When you're going through a divorce, you will find yourself in a place where what your life and faith are really built upon is going to be shaken. And what you find underneath that might shock you. You might not even know that it's there. You might not even know where your real relationship with God, like what it's really founded on, right? For me, it was founded in fear, being the good girl, always having to do the right thing, so that when I messed up, it was fatal for me. Or when I felt like I messed up, it was fatal for me. And it's always interesting to me when people speak on or about things that they've never experienced, because truly, when placed in some of these spaces, these dark spaces, you don't know until you get there how you're going to react or respond. I could not have fathomed the journey that I would be on over the last 4 years. Divorce is not something I think we talk adequately enough about, for fear of seemingly being advocates for it, I assume. But the truth is, while the details may vary, the framework is very much the same. I wouldn't wish divorce on my worst enemy. It is truly a breaking of spirit and soul, and the circumstances are costly. They are costly in every way. And I do believe that it's not God's will for any of us to perish. But as humans, we all have free will, and it takes two people, two willing participants, to sustain a marriage. It takes two people who are willing to participate and be present and be intentional for it to be healthy and for it to grow. The journey through divorce while parenting and relearning is full of ups and downs. What it takes to regain stability mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, physically, sexually can be brutal, but when discovered, it's beautiful and it's real and it's healing. I want my daughter to know that Black women are elite in every facet, because I know that this world will try to take that from her and scar her identity, not just in the natural, but in the spiritual as well. I want her to know that the men in her life will protect her and the women will always hold her down. And I want her to know that with God she can do all things and she can overcome all things. Having a daughter now is changing me. I'm growing my hair back out. I'm leaning into being soft in ways that I haven't had the luxury of being previously. And I'm not resenting the things and the experiences that made me who I am now and who I am today. I'm facing the hard things, less with armor and more with grace.